Okay, so let's close out with the Seahawks-Panthers game earlier in the day. The NFC Championship will be Cardinals and Carolina Panthers, as I talked about in an earlier video. This might sound insane to many, but the college championship and the NFL championship are synced up. It's the same with the College World Series and the Major League World Series. It's the same with the college championship and the NBA Finals. All of these things are rigged and they're synchronized together. In the college championship, I did a video before it happened. I said why it was in the bag for Alabama, which it was. It was so easy to read with the numbers, it was very transparent. At the end of the game, there was a sum of 85 points, and it made me wonder because the quarterback for Clemson, the losing team that plays near the Carolina Panthers, had a wristband on all night with the number 85 on it. And a tip from a fellow subscriber said Ron Rivera was on the 85 Bears. So I looked into that. The 85 Bears went 15-1 and won the Super Bowl 46-10 over the Patriots. That was the 85 Chicago Bears. Chicago in gematria equals 46. They won 46-10. And it was the year of the revolutionary 4-6 defense. Now, this year, Super Bowl 50 is the 46th Super Bowl of the modern era. It's Super Bowl 50, but it's the 46th of the modern era because the first four Super Bowls were before the AFL and NFL merged. They were two separate leagues. The champions of their leagues met for the Super Bowl for the first four. The fifth one was the first Super Bowl of the modern era. And with regards to the college championship, Nick Saban won by 5 points, his fifth championship. Alabama's 16th in the beginning of the year 2016. So much was scripted, it was too easy to see. Anyhow, in that game, to start the championship, Russell Wilson's fiancée, Sierra, sang the national anthem, a clue. And today he came out and gave away the game in the first quarter, just like he gave away the Super Bowl last year. I have a video on that. His 21st pass was intercepted by number 21 with 21 seconds left on the down 2-1 on the date February 1st, 2/1. He was 12 for 21 on the game. So rigged. First Seahawks passing attempt on the goal line all season when they had Marshawn Lynch ready to punch it in, as they'd done all year from the one. Just like the 49ers ending against the Ravens. Deja vu. Anyhow, Seahawks lost with 24 points, right? Seahawks in gematria equals 24. Last year they lost the Super Bowl 24-28. The Madden video game predicted that score, and they predicted the game to end with a mistake on the 1 yard line, just like the real game. How can a video game be that scientific, you know? People don't see how rigged it is. Notice the sum was 55 points, the number we just talked about, all in the Broncos-Steelers recap. The Broncos and the Patriots are in their 55th year of existence. Panthers won with 31. The next game up, Steelers-Broncos, was the 31st game all-time between those two teams. And again, Steelers in gematria equals 31. Tom Brady's next playoff game will be his 31st. All season I've been saying a ton lines up for the Broncos, but that alignment had me a little bit worried. I saw that there might be a narrative for the Steelers, but the Broncos emerged. The narrative is strong. Before, in the preview game I did for this, I talked about the significance of 48. They had played twice in the playoffs, both times in Seattle, both times Seattle won, and the games ended up with a sum of 48 points. Today, Russell Wilson has 48 attempts. Cam Newton only needed 22 with 151 net yards, going 15-1 on the season. How about it? The 144 net rushing yards is very interesting, very special number. Please see my video on the numbers 666 and 144. They have a relationship. 106, also interesting, the number of prophecy. Was it scripted? Very well might have. Seahawks had a long passing attempt at 33 yards on the game. Panthers along at 27. Again, that Super Bowl, February 7th. Bears won it over the Patriots with Ron Rivera as the linebacker. Now he's the coach of the Panthers. Maybe it really will be a Panthers-Patriots Super Bowl again. Maybe that's the big clue. Ron Rivera beat the Patriots 46-10. We're in the time of a bear market. Oh yeah, this was a laugh. I knew this bag was in the game was in the bag for Carolina. I loved it when number 58 came out first. Freemasonry equals 58. Jerry Richardson, who controls and owns the team, part of the 58 draft. No coincidence. It's a gang of Freemasons. After the touchdown, they were sure to get a 58 in the background. In the first quarter, the Seahawks went down 24-0. Remember, Seahawks equals 24. They'd lose the game eventually with 24 points. They won Super Bowl 48 with a score of 43 points over the Denver Broncos. Seattle Seahawks equals 43. When Pete Carroll became the coach of the Seahawks were 31-33. Excuse me. Jim Mora Jr., who was departing as head coach, was 31-33 in his career. Those are the ranging degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. When Pete Carroll came in to replace him, he was 33 wins and 31 losses that he got with the Jets and Patriots. He was part of the last Patriots team to repeat Super Bowls, and then he became the first team, part of the first team since the Patriots to be in repeat Super Bowls. The Patriots were the last team to go to back-to-back until the Seahawks, and then they faced each other last year in the Super Bowl. I didn't explain that super clearly, sorry. I also laughed when this came up because I said to my girlfriend, I said, watch, he's going to miss 14 straight. That means he's done for. The Carolina Panthers just lost at 14-0. 14, the word end has to do with 14. You know, Clemson came into the game 14-0, just like the Panthers, and lost in the national championship to the quarterback wearing number 14. But right after that, he missed. So his 14 streak ended. John Casey is also a former Carolina Panther who he was tied with. They went into halftime 31-0. The Seahawks have pulled off some major miracles like last year to get in the Super Bowl where Clinton Dix just let the Packers lose on purpose. Indisputable on the 2-point conversion. I don't know how anyone slept through that play where he just tucked his arms in at his side instead of knocking the ball down to win the game. Anyhow, earlier this year in the Alamo Bowl equals 31. Oregon was up 31-0 and lost 47-41 to Texas Christian University. Christian equals 47. They won 47-41 in the miracle comeback. 47 plus 41 sums to 88, like the word purple, which Texas Christian wears. That same night, the standoff started in Oregon. That reminds us of the Alamo Bowl, federal standoff. We live in a scripted nation, from football game to fake news story. Now here, I want to show you some things about Cam Newton. He's born May 11th, the 131st day of the year. Remember, Super Bowl and championship equals 131. His birth name has gematria of 96, just like Carson Palmer's full name has gematria of 96. That will be the matchup next week. Also, Arizona Cardinals and Carolina Panthers are identical in gematria. The quarterback's identical gematria. The team names, very interesting. Last night, the Cardinals, in their 96th year of existence, established in 26, won their first playoff game for Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer, again, his full name equals 96, wins his first playoff game with the Cardinals in their 96th year of existence. A lot of these athletes, when you decode them, they have very interesting birth numerology and name gematria, very Masonic. I think a lot of these men are Manchurian athletes. That's also part of how the lies are kept within, the deceit against the fans. How many athletes are born into it? Cam Newton, after the game, said he's playing lights out. Lights out has gematria of 50, just like San Francisco, just like Super Bowl 50. Lights out the big way equals 131. And again, it's concerning because in Super Bowl 47 that the 49ers were in, there was the 33-minute blackout. Remember that? In 2013, again, the Patriots and Panthers met on a Thursday night game. The Panthers had their first blackout game where the fans were all black, and that was 33 nights after the Tar Heels did it. They were advertising this during the games, Batman versus Superman. Think about the Steelers being in the Batman movie, losing today, Cam Newton winning. Maybe some foreshadowing there in the movie. And again, if you write out 50, it sums to 66. Black Panthers established in 66, the season of the first Super Bowl. Huey P. Newton established the Black Panthers. Cam Newton, quarterback of the Panthers. Look at BPP for Black Panther Party in San Francisco. How about it? And let us not forget this. Last year, Cam Newton smiling through his horrible car accident on a date with 35 numerology when his nickname Superman equals 35. So does Tom Brady. Uh-oh. Maybe this is the matchup, Truth Seeker. Just going back and looking at my old notes. Also 55 numerology, the Broncos and Patriots with the 55 connections. I'm going to do more work on the Patriots and Broncos and see if I can come up with something more clear. Until next time, Truth Seeker.